Shop at Majestic Supermarket for kind and courteous service. In addition to your grocery list, we also stock perfume and gift sets, household items, over-the-counter drugs, pet food and accessories, footwear, mini hardware items and much more. It's a one-stop shop. We accept TT cards, links and credit card. Visit us at the corner of Little Cobra Road and Komoto Main Road, Komoto. Telephone contact 643-94104, Majestic Supermarket.
Welcome to our program Towards a Structured World Spiritually. Previously, the run of this program a couple of years ago was Namaste, Awakening the Divinity Within. But as we all know, there are always next steps. So in terms of awakening the divinity within, you can call that becoming aware, knowledgeable of what is self-identity, which is spirit or soul. We are quite aware that we are not just bodies. Bodies are very important, we need to take care of them, but it is the soul that takes care of the body. So in terms of towards a structured world spiritually, there is a need to sit back and reflect upon time and again, where is my journey leading me? Whether we are aware of it or not, our words, our attitude, our actions, they are the blueprint that takes us into our next steps in this life and in the many further lives that the soul takes. Why? The soul is eternal, so it cannot die, and because the soul cannot die, sometimes this become a little bit confused that matter is not created or destroyed, meaning the body, and the soul is not created or destroyed. However, the journey of the soul is something to think and reflect about when we look at the state of stress, worry, problems, fears, a lot of fear in the world today. And how come we having fear if the soul cannot be destroyed? Something is amiss there. We should not have fear. Fear comes, respected friends, when there is the incorrect awareness of who am I. We have, don't get me wrong here, degraded over time humankind, history, into just being bodies. And only at a funeral you would hear someone say, oh, the soul has left. But look at how many things happen when somebody has left. Body is useless. Respectfully, you get rid of it, do whatever ceremonial aspects are there, but the soul has gone. So it's important to recognize that our interaction with each other, be it family, be it socially, be it driving on the road, whatever, it's an opportunity. So how it's an opportunity? Firstly, recognize that the soul, this being of light, this light energy, this invisible to the eye energy doesn't belong here. And when you don't belong somewhere and you go to a place, you are considered to be a guest. So we have a dual aspect of being guests. Firstly, we are guests in our bodies. Yes. Have you ever thought about that? I, the soul, who lives in the middle of the forehead between the eyebrows, this invisible energy that powers this huge body, is a guest in the body. And when someone is a guest, behavior, conduct, attitude, the things we do, the things we say to each other, the exchange that we have with each other, there is a foundation in that exchange that we are guests. Go for a holiday or vacation or so, and you realize that when you leave your regular place of living and you take up time in a hotel or in a guest house or whatever, and even in another country, you become a guest of that country. You become a guest of that hotel. And there is something in us that triggers a better behavior, a different sort of appreciation. And this is something that is, you can say, missing in our world today. We as souls have forgotten that we are guests in our bodies. If you are a guest in your body, and you go to any doctor and they will tell you, when you get upset, when you get stressed out, when you eat the wrong food as a result of wrong thoughts, what happens to your body? The deterioration process, the aging process, and the susceptibility to illness increases a lot. We should always aim to have a full lifespan in our bodies. So the need to step back time and again and reflect, you should do this every day. Whatever is done on a regular basis, just like learning to cook food, learning to do a new job, learning a new sport, whatever it is, it takes time to become good at it. Similarly, we have this huge return journey in terms of awareness to be able to become a guest once again. We have forgotten that we are guests. In fact, we have forgotten that we are souls, and that's why there is fear. There should never be fear. How can there be fear if the truth of the matter is you can't die? So this means that we have moved along, or we have removed ourselves, to a great extent from our truthful awareness. When we behave like bodies, we are behaving as though we are in a coma, but still moving, meaning that awareness of who I am is not there. So to be able to start coming out of this, a little deeper understanding is required. Not just being a guest in your body, but guess what? We are also guests in this world. Again, go back to our old friend, funeral. So much realization, but how long does it last? Half of a second. Sometimes you have not left the funeral site yet or the home, and the engine starts spinning again. Sometimes not in the right way. This is what habit does to the soul. To come out of that, there is a need to step back and reflect. Because we are double guests. We are guests in the bodies and we are guests in the world. Whenever you go to the final ceremony of a departed one, you would hear that he or she has gone beyond. All kind of interesting things you hear about that respected friend. He has gone to this Lord and that Lord and even God the Supreme. What about the accumulated karmas? If you have to meet a prime minister, you have to make an address to the nation, you have to do something important, won't you prepare yourself and your subject matter? Okay? Are people preparing themselves to meet some great religious founder or some great deity or God the Supreme Himself? No. We have forgotten that. Who is to blame for that? No one. Always remember, no human soul is a bad soul. The infections after a while goes deeper and deeper and deeper, where the soul forgets, who am I? And that is where we need to have that return journey. When we begin to have that return journey, an incredible thing happens. Firstly, you must have knowledge that I am a child of God. Who is the child of God? This? No. The child of God, the Supreme, God is light. One of the best memorials of that is the sun. The sun never gets compromised. All the activities of eclipse and bad weather, etc., happens within the confines of the planet. So in the same manner, we must recognize that this planet that we live in, there is a need for us to go beyond our limits. I've mentioned this many times in the previous programs, Namaste, Awakening the Divinity Within. To go beyond your limits was one of the mantras for the company I work for, large multinational company. Why? Because the company wants to protect its status, its name, its reputation, and of course, profitability. Absolutely nothing is wrong in that. Aren't we supposed to do the same thing? What's our name? Soul, child of God. What is the DNA of the soul? A human being cannot have the DNA of a dog or a cat or whatever. No, you would have the DNA of God the Supreme. Now, what is the DNA of God the Supreme? He is not a human being. So we resemble our mummy, our daddy, or somebody within the family physically. But how do we resemble God? It is 100% wrong, respected friends, to say this one has gone to God when he dies. That's a mistake. We need to step back a little bit and begin to become samples and examples to encourage people. At the end of our journey, we receive the result of our karmas. There is no maths in that. That is common sense, which a primary school or maybe a Form 3 student can explain to someone if they have not been injected with this, that and the other yet. Because soul power in a young person is rather innocent. And innocence is one of the name of God the Supreme, the innocent Lord. How is God innocent? God doesn't punish you. That is something to think about. We punish or we bless ourselves consciously, sometimes, and mostly unawares, unconsciously. And then somebody will tell you, hello, you're going to pay for that. Why don't people tell you, on the other hand, that good thing that you are doing, you will receive blessings, a lot of blessings for that sort of thing you are doing. Why? Because people are loaded with vices now: lust, anger, attachment, greed, ego, and even the sixth vice, jealousy. So to say that we have omnipresence of divinity, again, no. We have omnipresence of arrogance in the world now. This awareness of arrogance of the body is called arrogance. It's called arrogance of the body. It doesn't mean that you are arrogant, but it's a lower level of awareness. So it's time now to raise our awareness. Think about this as we take a short break.
Shop at Majestic Supermarket for kind and courteous service. In addition to your grocery list, we also stock perfume and gift sets, household items, over-the-counter drugs, pet food and accessories, footwear, mini hardware items and much more. It's a one-stop shop. We accept TT cards, links and credit card. Visit us at the corner of Little Cora Road and Komodo Main Road, Komodo. Telephone contact 643-94104, Majestic Supermarket.
So this thing that is called arrogance, we need to step away from that, because arrogance brings perishable awareness and it invites insecurities, dear friends. A little child doesn't have insecurity. That's why he will put his hand in fire not knowing, not being aware of it. We need to become much more aware of who we are. The amount of things happen through that, this program is not enough to explain all of that, but it can be explained in due course of time. The minute you have this shift in awareness, I am light, I am an imperishable being, I am a guest in this body. Wow. And furthermore, I am a guest in this world. That's a bigger wow. So we have to recognize that we are playing a part through our bodies. The soul itself has what is called its celestial degrees. Celestial degrees in common terms means that the quantum amount of divinity that exists within a soul. This is connected to time. How is it connected to time? You hear in ancient religious texts and so they talk of a golden era, a silver era, a copper era and an iron era. In Hindi it is called Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, Kalyug. That is not billions of years ago, that was yesterday. Because the memory of that and the behavior we can exhibit, you can behave like a really godly person, whether it is put on or not put on. So the capabilities are there within us. So this return journey has to happen now. Why now? You can only live in the now. Creation takes place and the result is tomorrow. What has happened as a result of creation, the result is tomorrow, but the actual karma, the things that you do, is yesterday. So we are investing in self-awareness and truly speaking in connecting with God awareness. God is light. God is ever pure. He does not come into the cycle of birth and rebirth. So I was talking about celestial degrees. Celestial degrees is like the percentages of divinity that we have accumulated at the time of accumulation. If this is an act, a play, a drama, and the soul is the actor, the stage is the body and the earth, it means that there comes a time when we have to rehearse our roles. So there is a hidden age. I spoke of Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, Kalyug, Golden Age, Silver Age, Copper Age, Iron Age. And the behaviors are inside of the names there. I don't have to explain that. But there is a hidden age, a short age. That is the age of redemption. That is the age of creation. That is the age when everything has reached zero celestial degrees, so to speak. That time is now. What is not going wrong now? What is not omnipresent right now? Too much talking, sickness, sorrow, unhappiness, quarreling, breaking the law, and the list goes on and on. If you sit down comfortably and make a list of 25 things that is going wrong and that continues to go wrong, and you will realize that the minute you begin to step back and become aware that we are actors, your intellect connects with God the Supreme. We have to bring godliness onto the earth once again. In physics, that is called matter, the 5 elements, entropy law, the decline, and the short period of negentropy. Negentropy can be compared to the descent of God into the drama to fix what has gone wrong once again. This fixing starts with self-awareness. Who am I? I am an actor. I am playing a part. I am a guest in the body. I am a guest in the world. So this fixing opens up the gateway to happiness, to peace, to contentment. And when the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, the ever pure, ever benevolent, the most merciful, ever forgiving one, steps into the drama of life, we also have to ramp up our efforts. That time is now. Everything is practically going wrong now. So what do we have to do? What we have to do is begin to remove incorrect awareness. And the right amount of people, this is physics again, quantum energy. Now this is ABC in school, it might not be through the words I am saying it. But once we all start to refine our awareness, the vibrations, the attitudes, the atmosphere begins to spread. This is a worldwide effort by the Brahma Kumari's World Spiritual University, of which I am a student for many years now, just to raise the awareness and reconnect with our true understanding, our true awareness, and of course taking help that is there from the Supreme. This institution is also called the Raja Yoga Center. So to transform our awareness means to be able to practice something you haven't been doing. And this is sitting in silence, relaxing your body, becoming aware, and going beyond your limits. This is called meditation. Why meditate? Because the journey of the soul has reached not a good state. State of the world, state of matter, state of situations, state of relationships. I've mentioned these already. So we now have to individually step back and refuel the soul with peace, love, lightness, awareness, contentment, mercy, understanding, happiness. We have lost those things. You can't be happy one moment and not happy the next moment. No. If you are a happy person, certainly you will not be laughing. No. A happy person has maturity, understanding, and the old understanding of we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. You listen more and you speak appropriately. The formulas are not difficult, but we have to step into the arena of effort making. So, to be able to firstly do a cleanup campaign of our own home, this home, and even our own physical home, there is a need to promote lightness. And this sort of lightness is the journey of reigniting our awareness. Firstly, I am a soul and I am playing a part. So let us now take a few moments. Sit up, sit comfortable. Body is relaxed. Just become aware. I am light. I am a spiritual star playing a part through this body. I sit in the middle of the forehead between the eyebrows. I see through these eyes. I speak through my mouth. I am the master of this body. And I am a master creator of thoughts. In this awareness of light, naturally my thoughts transcend the earth into a world of golden red light, a world of peace, a world of silence. Our physical body cannot travel to that world. So we go to that world with awareness, thought power, and deep love for God. I begin to experience closeness to my eternal Father, my eternal parent. God's light is being showered upon me as I am becoming more and more aware. I am a soul, I am a spiritual being, I am light. I am acting through my bodies, and others who I interact with are also same. In this godly awareness, without effort, I transfer good wishes, pure feelings, patience, understanding to others as I speak and interact with them. This is divine coolness. This is the subtle medication of meditation. I go into deep silence and continue to be showered with rays of peace, love, and lightness. Om Shanti, and thank you with a gentle reminder. This program is being sponsored by Majestic Supermarket of Kumoto, and additionally you would find that if you look up on Facebook, Randolph Basdeo, every other day I will put up a post or so that connects directly with this program so that we can further become aware and transform our lives, the lives of those around us, in godly silence. Om Shanti. Thank you very much.
Shop at Majestic Supermarket for kind and courteous service. In addition to your grocery list, we also stock perfume and gift sets, household items, over-the-counter drugs, pet food and accessories, footwear, mini hardware items and much more. It's a one-stop shop. We accept TT cards, links and credit card. Visit us at the corner of Little Koma Road and Komoto Main Road, Komoto. Telephone contact 643-94104. Majestic Supermarket.